Yeah.
I almost caught a glimpse of your
Almost
eyes
saw
there.
the real me.
Whoa.
That would have been devastating.
Spooky.
Spooky. Hey, guys. Back again.
Mm-hmm.
Another rousing edition. Happy episode 240.
Whoa.
Amazing.
You must not be filming a double because you're using the...
This is the real thing. Episode
Yeah.
240.
Wow.
Can you believe we've been doing this for 240 weeks?
I can.
You know, 250 is coming up here, and that's the 5-year mark. And well, actually, I guess it wouldn't be.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close because
it'd be 260
yeah, technically
because there's
yes.
2 extra
Yes.
weeks. So
But 250 is still a milestone.
What are we gonna do for the big 5-year celebration? Do you think we got something planned for that?
Maybe we do a whole 25-hour for it.
Wow! At the very least, a 5-hour. It's 5 years.
5
1 hour
hours.
for every year that we've been doing this.
5-hour live stream actually is hilarious.
That's kind of fun
Let's do it.
because the normal live streams we do are 25 hours.
Yeah.
So a 5 hours, like, oh yeah,
no problem.
yeah, okay.
5 hours.
We got some lunch. We hung out.
literally.
Well, everybody, welcome back to What the Podcast. I am Ryan.
And I'm John.
And together we are
Ryan and John.
Good to see you again, buddy.
Good to
How's
see
that
you.
drink treating you?
Drink is great. I got an exclusive. Well, actually, it's out today. When you're watching this, it's out.
No,
No, it's not.
it's not. Next week.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. I
Next
can't
week,
talk
4th
about
of July. We've got some
I'm
specials
sworn to
coming to
secrecy.
you
I can't tell you. I can't tell you what
from
it is.
Little House Coffee. We got some specials coming out.
I'm drinking an unreleased drink that will come out in
Yes.
the next 2 weeks.
Within the next 2 weeks, definitely.
Awesome.
On the couch, as always, Cara Tafolla. Hi,
Hi.
my sweet wife.
Hi.
You're like shelled out right now. You've got your shell necklace. I see your shell tattoo. You've got some dangly jewelry on your wrist.
That the Apple Watch band is super
That's
cool.
something
My scrunchy
special.
band.
That's nice.
This was the first band I bought
Haven't
to
seen
go with
you-
my Apple
I've
Watch.
never seen you wear an Apple Watch.
I've seen you wear.
I
a long
truly
time, haven't seen it.
exclusively wear it when I work Padre games.
Ah, yes. Because they don't want you like whipping your phone out.
And is that
No.
a little smart ring you have on your finger there?
Yes, this is a fake Aura ring,
A 4-0 ring.
a Fora ring from TikTok Shop.
Wow.
I was gonna because I was like, oh
You can't
great, I
trust
can
the
just wear
results of
this for Padre games. But then I was like, wait a second, the whole reason I have an Apple Watch is because I
monitor.
have to be able to see the text and who's calling me
right.
without whipping out
Not
my
to
phone.
monitor your like blood pressure and stuff. You don't need to
Is
know.
Heart
that
rate.
is that part of it? Like, do they not want you checking your phone? Because how could they possibly expect you? to
Okay,
have
so
an
when I first started,
Hold on one second.
did you ever?
And also joining us this week, Annie the Skovmand.
Thank you, thank you. Glad to
Annie.
be here.
Annie's here.
Glad
Annie and
to be
I
here.
decked out in our Padres
I was
gear.
gonna say she's wearing the one Padre hat she has.
I have two, so suck
okay.
it.
All right.
One that I borrowed
Wow.
from John, and this one that
And
I
this
bought
one.
at Target.
Oh, I should have worn one of yours. I should have worn my Padre hat that you have for me.
No, it's not yours. It's my hat.
Oh.
For the record,
You
Wow.
could have
Where's
worn
my
my
hat?
old early 2000s Friar bucket hat.
I was going
that
through my
had.
stuff and I found we were looking for. There's like a little box we have of like all of our documents, social security cards, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
sure.
And in there, I don't know why I had it, but it was like the Padres lanyard that Cara gave me one year. She's like, "Do you want this bit later?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "It was just a sweet little memory." I was
Wow.
like, "Oh, that's so nice."
Cara has been finally wrapped her show, and she's been working at SeaWorld a lot. This is, I feel like, the first time in months you had 2 Padres events this week.
Yeah. Yesterday, well, we have events all month long, every month, but I finally could work one. But yesterday was Darvish donated a bunch of monies to the Ronald McDonald House
Love
Yes.
that.
at Rady Children's, and they built like a mini Padres clubhouse for the kids and their
Love.
families. So yesterday was the unveiling of
Okay,
that.
love that.
So it was like, if you've ever been, you go to the cafeteria
PlayStation,
area,
like little lockers
you go
and
out,
stuff.
and it literally looks like Padres clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
You go in, there's 2 PlayStation areas, there's a huge flat screen TV. There's of course they have like the Yu Darvish, like how tall he is on the wall.
Oh, that's cool.
Cute.
Big beanbag chairs that are baseballs. They have all baseball themed books. It's for kids who like.
So cute.
I was talking to the woman. She said specifically it's for families who they have kids going through chemo or
Do they have
different.
kids staying there?
What do you
Sorry.
mean?
Like other kids are staying at the Ronald McDonald's house while their siblings in there?
Yes, it's the siblings
And their family. Like they're everybody.
Yeah. So while they're
wow.
because sometimes the kid is like
Multiple days.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
and they can't keep going back and forth to school and stuff,
Or
so they'll just bring
overnight,
the siblings over.
What do you call it? Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
stays.
So it's really cute.
investigations, but
so cool.
You was there for like a quick $5.
How's he feeling? Did you ask him how his arms feeling?
I can't talk to him. I'm not allowed.
Okay. Well,
What? You're not allowed to talk to
I
him?
knew
No fraternization policy.
is he Korean or
because
Japanese?
one girl ruined it for everybody, and now it's
Wait, what do you
policy.
mean no fraternization?
Well, it's we're not allowed to talk to them. That's been since I started.
But they can talk to you and you can respond.
Yes.
You just can't initiate.
yes.
You can't be like, so you, like, what's up? You're looking good
Yes.
today. Like, you can't do that,
If he-
obviously.
does that not
How's
just
your
feel
bullpen
kind
go,
of
you?
weird?
If he asks me a question, of course I'm not gonna be rude and
But I
say, "Hey, I
guarantee
can't talk
those.
to
I
you."
guarantee those guys. They know.
But
that.
They
if
know
he
us
if he
too.
walks into a room
Yeah.
and he's quiet, none of you can start a conversation with
Nope.
him.
no.
That feels psychotic.
He's probably talking to people all day long. He's probably like, oh, thank you. Like, I don't have to.
Isn't you the one
Chat
that
it
like
up.
has a translator but doesn't really need one? Like he speaks
Yeah.
really good English, but they
Yeah.
have a translator for him.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. I love
He
that.
also is so tall. He walked past me and I was like,
What are we talking?
tall
Like
is he?
7
he's
foot?
6'5".
Wow.
So I mean, he's like
Ryan's-
Trevor.
So like
Ryan's
Trevor.
6'6".
Yeah.
Yeah, so not
But
that
it's
cool.
like
Not
it's
that cool.
different because baseball players are built different. They're like like
Period.
a log.
Period.
They're like
Period.
tall and skinny and
They're built
Period.
different.
they look like Slender Man.
Except for
Yeah.
Gavin Sheets. That guy's a
Short.
thick boy. He's a big boy.
Oh, same with Manny.
He's just like huge, you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
He's also
so
slow. Guy's gotten thrown out so many times.
Works
I don't
that
know.
event
Sheets or
yesterday.
Yeah.
Manny too.
Well, like, Manny's a little bit faster this year, actually. He's
Yeah.
slimmed down a little bit.
Yeah.
But Sheets, that one he ran home, and it was like, dude, what are you doing,
What are
bro?
you
Like,
thinking?
just run.
Yeah.
Got to be with the
dope.
doggies yesterday. We
The
brought
paw,
the doggies
the
along
Paw
with us.
Patrol. What are they called?
Paw Squad.
Paw Squad.
Paw Squad.
you.
Paw Patrol would be cute.
They came along because they also worked
It's
the game
Rookie-
yesterday.
Rookie,
Sonny,
Sonny.
Diego.
Oh, okay. I should have known
Sonny
that.
and Diego.
They're all siblings.
And they're all different dogs every single time.
No.
They're not the same dogs, right?
She's not allowed to say.
I can say for months at end, it's
I'm not
the
allowed to
same
talk
dog.
to the dogs.
You're also not
She's
allowed
actually
to
not.
talk
For a-
She's
for
not
a
allowed to
whole
initiate with the
season-
dogs.
For a whole
The best
season,
part-
it is
the best
same
part
dog.
is-
You go up, you're like, hey, Rookie. And then your supervisor's like,
I don't
Cara,
know,
can I
no.
talk to you really quick?
That's not Rookie.
You're not allowed to talk to dog.
The best part is when Sonny, the girl, when they bring like whoever Rookie is, it's his
Oh.
mom.
Oh,
Oh.
And it's so sweet.
So cute.
And they get to work together.
it's like a stage name.
How much do you think those dogs make?
Mill.
A mil-
$300 million
a milli-
contract.
They make.
I don't know. I mean, yesterday they had to make a full day out of it because they worked the game yesterday.
Yeah, it feels like you had, like it's almost probably volunteer because I'm like, the Padres in the right mind, they wouldn't pay like dogs to come. Like I'm sure there's 1,000
Wanna
people that
bet?
would love to bring their dogs for this. You know?
Yeah, but they got to be good looking dogs.
It is
you
good
know?
exposure for these doggies.
Yeah. Don't you love? The
I
Padres
love
being
these
like,
doggies. We have
you'll
so
get
many
great
people.
exposure.
We have so many people asking what kind of dog they are because people have never seen like that specific type of golden retriever.
Yeah.
They look like lions.
Yeah.
They're like huge. Their paws are huge.
That
So
is
some
sweet.
people are like, is that a golden mixed with something? Because we're so used to
golden
seeing like
mastiff?
skinny goldens.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, golden retrievers they do have big paws. They're really sweet.
yeah.
You have a friend. I have a
But
friend
then
that
you
has
see
them.
some, like the Bush's Baked Beans dog. That's a
Yeah.
golden, but he's tiny.
Well, yeah, because he was casted that way. They're like,
Yeah.
we want a tiny little guy,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, okay,
A tiny little
we're looking for a tiny little golden.
dark golden.
My somebody I know is trying to rehome a Vizsla.
What's a Vizsla?
It's like
Oh.
a hunting dog.
Yeah, they're like red.
Yes.
They're red.
So-
They look kind of like a Weimaraner, but just red.
So high energy.
Oh.
They're like
super
constantly shaking
super crazy.
all the time. Like I'm like,
Vis-
that's
vis-
There used to be one that we
Oh.
lived across the street from.
That's
and,
not a Weimaraner?
And they end up getting a second one because their first one, like literally, like they were so like high strung, they ended up having a heart attack.
Oh.
Vishla.
No,
Vizsla.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vishla.
a Vizsla.
Oh.
Vizsla.
Rabbits and waterfowl retrieving.
Yeah, the whole thing is they're like extremely fast.
They're really beautiful.
I got no more room up here for dog names, so I don't know.
Did you ever have a phase where you're like, my sister had a huge phase where she like knew everything about dogs and would walk by dogs. She's like, that's an English,
that's a Cocker Spaniel.
And she's like, oh, that's a whatever Mastiff version. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, why do you know all this?
Dogs.
No, I did not have that phase.
You didn't have a dog phase?
No.
Did you have a, you believed you were a pet psychic phase?
Nope. I think that's a you thing still. What do you think?
Do you know what dog you are based on your birthday?
No.
Like, you know those calendars that was like the dog is your
that's
mom?
Have you ever like, do you have like a spirit dog, you know?
What are you guys talking about?
Every
Like,
dog
okay.
calendar, June was always a Weimaraner.
Okay, what was?
Kayla Davis
Okay.
is a French bulldog. If she was a dog, she'd be a French bulldog.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
that's by her own accord.
All
She
right.
said we saw one at the beach one time. She
I'd
was,
sign
oh
off
my
on that.
God, that's me.
When you're just sitting
Me as a
around and she like
we had to surgically get her nose extended so she could breathe.
That
oh,
noise
shit.
is the equivalent of her laugh.
Oh, poor thing.
That was also Ryan the last night.
Well, that's
Oh,
we can't prove
maybe
that.
you're a
That's-
French bulldog.
We
can't
Maybe
prove
you're
that.
an English
Roll
bulldog.
the tape.
That's protected.
Maybe you're just a normal bulldog.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a bulldog.
What do you want to be then? What do
You're
you feel
Malibu.
connected to?
Vishla.
Avisha.
I'm a what?
Malibu.
Oh my god.
I think.
One of those big A
Oh, that's
my
tough.
cousin's gigantic bulldog.
Oh, you're Malibu. That kind of busted
Just
bulldog.
nipples like scraping across the floor.
Poor Bubby.
Oh.
You're not that, buddy. You're not.
No, I'm probably not that, right?
Well,
I don't know what I am. That'd be a good question. I'm not.
I feel like you're a German Shepherd.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
yeah.
I was gonna say Malinois, but I'm not athletic enough to be a Malinois. Malinois are super athletic.
Wait, hold on.
What do you think?
It's something like smush facey,
Really?
but like definitely like
Like a mastiff?
like a
Or a
mastiff.
Boston Terrier?
Mastiff.
You're the Sandlot dog.
I'm the
And
same.
a
You're the
Napoleon
Sandlot
Mastiff.
dog.
Thank you.
Because he loves
Hercules.
eating baseball.
Thank you.
Hercules.
Okay.
He loves
That's not part of it.
baseball.
That's not part of
He
it.
loves
Just like you.
baseball. He's got a big bark, but he ain't gonna bite you.
Your
Oh,
spirit
really?
dog.
Your spirit dog.
Wow.
Annie, what are you?
Okay, I don't know the name of them, but they kind of look like Cocker Spaniels, but they're bigger.
You ever see Coco?
I think it's a
Kangal?
different kind of
Kangal?
spaniel. Not a maybe a Kangal. I don't know what it's called, but they have the like
Are they
What
they
are
have
you-
the like curly ears.
What are you
They're
guys
It's just
saying?
a Cocker
soft.
Spaniel.
No, but they're big. They're like
Yeah.
they're
Cocker
hunting
Spaniel.
dogs. No, Cocker Spaniel's tiny.
No. You're
The
talking
King
about the,
Charles
are you talking
are
about the farm
small.
dogs that protect livestock. No,
No, they're big. They're hunting dogs. They're like known as hunting dogs.
Big spaniel.
Big.
I think this is Annie. Here's my pitch. Annie's a Kangal.
You're
No.
Aw.
See, this is why this stuff is so messed up. Oh, you're talking about the Clumber Spaniel.
Lumber.
Screw you guys and all your dog names.
So cute.
This is gaslighting at the highest degree.
Oh my God, he's so cute.
Yeah, yeah. I'm one of
Clumber.
those.
Clumber
I'm a
Spaniel.
clumber.
You're not that.
Annie's
What?
a clumber
I'm
for
not.
sure.
I'm not that.
Yes, you are. You want to
I'm
know
not
why?
a
Are you an
Kangal.
You wanna
Irish?
know why?
Are
You
you
wanna
an
know why you're
Irish
Kangal?
Springer Spaniel?
Oh, maybe that's it.
Let me explain
A
to you why you're
Springer Spaniel.
Okay. Not only are they
Massive.
no,
Got a
they're
big old
tall
body.
and athletic. What are you talking about?
Okay.
But also, they
Go
were
ahead.
bred in villages to protect children.
I am very protective of
I
children,
think-
except for the times in which I want to start bullying them.
Just like dogs.
Which dogs love to like attack children?
Oh, pit bulls. Obviously.
Eddie.
You're a pit bull.
I found it.
I'm not that.
Here's what you
it's
are.
not the naked
Here's what
dog.
you are. Naked
it's
dog.
not. I saw your.
Naked
I saw
dog.
that ugly naked dog on your street the other day.
Dante.
Oh,
Dante.
This is probably you. Kangal.
Maybe I'm a Saint Bernard.
wow.
I'm a Saint Bernard.
What's that dog that protects farms? They're
Beethoven.
I'm Beethoven.
maybe Saint Bernard.
no. Destroys Thanksgiving dinner.
I'm Airbud.
Oh, Airbud. No, you wish.
No,
you
it's
wish
this-
you were
You wish
sporty like
you were
Airbud.
sporty like-
This freaking
Great
dog
beer
that
names.
Annie keeps seeing on our street.
Oh, this is
poor
the
thing.
ugliest dog I've ever seen. And there's
the
a
naked
big,
ones.
there's
that
a
have hair.
big version of it that walks around their neighborhood.
Let me tell you, when I grew up with little dogs,
Yeah.
and then
Awesome.
Jordan grew up with big dogs, and then when we got married, she's like, "We're not having little dogs."
Let's get a medium dog.
What I saw, and I'd argue that Arthur's a medium dog, but we were at like, a coffee shop the other day with Arthur, which is very risky because if he sees the wrong dog, it's game over. Like we're
For
leaving.
sure. Same.
But anyways, this woman comes by, and I think I told you the story, but she has this little tiny Chihuahua. It's called a deer head Chihuahua, And she goes, hey, can our dogs meet? And Jordan's like, immediately, it's like, Arthur's not very friendly. And she walks over anyways and drops her little dog right in front of Arthur. Luckily, Arthur was totally chill.
Oh, it's one of these doggies.
But I was like, I was looking at this little dog and I was like, how cool is it
He's cute.
to have a little dog that you could just literally pick up and
Put in your pocket.
Put in your pocket.
Yeah, sure.
I miss it, man. I miss it. I'm tired of
If you get me a
pulling around
little
big
dog, that little dog needs to be fluffy like a teddy bear.
And if he's
If
fluffy,
it's
he
snaky like a
needs to have
chihuahua,
brush.
no.
And if
Like a
he has
palm,
brush-
like a pommy.
Yes.
What
Like a puff.
What was your dog's name? It was like Nelson or
Lucy.
something.
Oh,
no,
wait.
the little
Jimmy.
dog, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
I loved all those dogs that ran around your parents' backyard. Jimmy,
Ben, Miles.
Miles.
Yep.
Frickin' Ben and Miles.
Yeah, those guys are awesome. They're living
Awesome.
their best life they're rehomed with
Out on a farm
elderly
somewhere?
people. Well, when Miles went to a woman who likes to drive around travel, she was sending photos to my dad for like months. He's just sitting in the front seat, just enjoying it.
Aw.
And then Ben went to an older gentleman who just needed a companion, and
Do
he
you
loves
think
walking
they
him.
they
and-
just think they went into retirement?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
They're
down
like,
for
oh,
sure.
thank God, forever vacation.
I'm just glad that it worked out because I thought for sure for a long time I was like, "There's no way you're gonna split them up," because Ben had such anxiety. But again, the guy
Maybe they were the anxiety.
the guy that took Ben was like 80, and like all he does is spend all the time with him, like literally all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of dog am I?
love those dogs. You are,
Chihuahua.
some kind of little
No.
rat dog
You're a
like that.
little-
Unfortunately,
No.
unfortunately,
Yeah,
you're right.
You are.
What dog do you think you are? You kind of look
you're a
like one of
golden.
those.
You're a golden.
Why? Because you're very
Gold
particular.
doodle.
You're a golden. I was gonna say golden wiener, but you know the
Oh.
wiener dogs that are fluffy and,
Long
and
hair wiener
blonde.
I'll
dog.
take that. Mini Goldens.
You're a mini golden wiener dog.
Oh my God! Do not Google long hair wiener.
No,
Uh-huh.
say
God.
Good
I'm just
lord.
kidding. I'm just kidding. Here.
you're that. That's Kara.
Yeah, I'd agree.
That's Kara.
I think I would die to have that dog.
Okay,
I
good.
want
job.
Die?
Okay, well, good thing because it's
Die?
your birthday.
Okay.
And
Oh my God,
Jordan,
good
bring it
thing
in.
because right now, hey, bring in
Bring
the
it in.
dog.
They're actually pretty.
Those-
cute.
That's
Roomba.
Kara.
That one's kind of not groomed
Do you
well.
think that
Same
your cats would do
thing.
well with a little dog like that? I mean, the dog obviously
They
couldn't
loved
hurt your
Elfie.
cats.
I think if
They got along with Elfie.
we introduce them like on their terms to this little, like,
What
if,
are their terms? Just so I know.
just like they're, nobody else is there.
Just us.
Honestly, if we just take a tiny puppy that basically isn't able to take care of itself, leave it on the floor, and then we leave.
Oh yeah,
they're
we have the
like,
cats raise the dog,
Have the cats raise the dog.
so then the dog can use the litter box.
that would be
Perfect.
nice.
Perfect.
Kind of genius, actually.
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
I-
I
cat
would lo-
raised
I
dog.
think you guys need a little tiny dog.
I kind of feel that sometimes.
I don't.
Because here's the
I
other
think
thing.
that would
you already
really-
you already have to get someone to watch your house for the cats.
That's true.
So it's not like you're creating any more.
Problems that we don't
dog
already
watching
have.
is so different.
Not a little tiny rat dog. That thing
That's
runs
true.
around the house and
True.
is tired.
Roomba's out, and he's got the 2 cats. His parents.
You could even let him out in the front yard and he's
And he might
running
clean
around.
up some of the like cat shit you have. Like he
That's
might come
perfect,
through
and just eat.
Oh
Gobble it up.
God.
And we'll call him Bebo.
And we'll call him Little
Bebo.
Beebus.
Phoebus.
Oh my
well, and that
God.
might bring some joy
His name?
to your life, seeing that the world is falling apart.
Yeah,
His name
that is true.
Matcha.
Oh,
little
Matcha.
Matcha.
He's a green dog.
We dye him green.
Yeah, Annie, you bring
They're
up a
called
good point.
crown dachshunds, by the way.
This
Annie,
weekend.
They're
Write
golden
that down.
wieners.
We're getting them a dog at some point.
Got
next
it.
year, we're getting them a dog.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you. By the way, no thanks.
My God, look at this picture.
I know, Kara.
Hold
I
on.
told you.
Annie had a great transition.
Sorry, go.
This week, Trump dropped the bomb. The F bomb. Have you guys seen this?
Yes.
First president to swear on national television.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, really?
I'm pulling it up. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, we have 2 countries that don't know what the F they're doing. And it was like,
Oh.
I thought it was AI. I seriously thought
I
it was
kind of
AI.
did too. This couldn't be more real, which is fantastic. Am I wired in? I'd really
That
love
is
to
a
share
great
this.
question.
I'd
That is
really
a
love
great
to share this with you guys. If I can just get wired in, we're just gonna cut this out in post. So
No.
don't even worry about
well,
it.
You're doing it, so yeah.
No, yeah. No,
All right, there you go.
I won't
It's
be cutting
connecting
out
to
anything.
Ryan.
with the Army Band.
Awesome little trailer,
Ourselves to grow.
little commercial.
President Trump is having quite a mood rage today.
For breaching the fragile.
Doing. Do you understand that?
In your.
We basically have 2 countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.
Oh, they
You
bleeped it out.
understand that?
I gotta play it for real.
Dang.
It is wild.
Uncensored version.
It is wild, man.
I mean, unfortunately, he kind of has a point. I don't want to
See?
side with him on this, but what's funny about this situation is he's reacting the same way I would if I was the president.
Yeah.
I'd be like, leave me alone. Unfortunately, that's why I didn't get elected president, is because of the way I am.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's crazy too because everyone's saying like, well, this was kind of always the
Israel,
argument,
as soon
right?
as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand?
Everybody's
that?
bleeping it
Israel
out.
is-
Bastards.
You get the point.
I'll
But
play it on the post show.
I think it's interesting because this was kind of all what everyone was worried about is like when you impact, like, you know, when they dropped all those bombs on Iran.
Yeah.
It's like obviously weakens Iran, right? And then it's like, well, of course, the country that Iran is fighting with is going to take the opportunity to weaken them more, you know? And
Sure.
it's like, so it's like that's kind of why, and because I think we shouldn't be involved in this personally, but
100%.
at the same time, I'm like, I get it now. I get why people are like, we're going like, hey, we shouldn't be siding with Israel because it's not really our fight. And also, if you step in like that, then Iran's now at a disadvantage. And now, of course, Israel is going to take the upper hand.
They
know?
just released like a briefing on the situation, and they're estimating that we've only set them back a few months in their race towards
LOL.
nuclear.
Whoa.
So
And
so
we just
now,
got involved.
So now we're just fully involved. And if they're, you know, a month out from having a nuke, it's like, okay, great, awesome. Now it's not like, oh, they're going to blow up Israel. They're going to blow up Israel, and they're going to blow up the U.S. and all of the other allies of all these countries are going to get involved. And that's World War III. I mean,
know
not to be
there's-
like so
Yeah, no, it's true.
doomsday, but
I don't really understand the geopolitical of it all, and because I'm sure there's more that I don't know, but I'm like, I always never understood why the United States felt the need to be involved in like the other areas of the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, we talked about this too a little bit when they bombed Iran. It's like we have so much of our own stuff. It's like, why are we worried about what happens across the world? And it's like,
I 100% agree with you. I think it's like, I don't know, ever since World War II, we've had this kind of stance of let's go get involved before it's a bigger problem type of thing. Like,
That
let's just
makes
go,
sense.
we're like the world police. You know, the U.S. is like, oh, we've got the biggest military, blah, blah, blah. Let's just go and just F up a bunch of S all over the world. That's how we got into the Korean War. That's how we got into the Vietnam War. That's how we found ourselves in a 10-year cluster F over in Afghanistan and Iraq. And like, this is just a thing we do now, but it's getting to the point where there's like, we're not just the superpower in the world anymore. I mean, like,
wild to me.
yeah, I'll tell you, it's wild to me.
I don't know. Annie, you might have more insight.
Yeah. Let's throw it over to Annie. Go ahead, Annie.
What's the state of it all? Tell us.
I mean, the people who are upset that he like decided to drop bombs is not necessarily warranted in the sense that like every president has done that without congressional approval.
Sure.
Like, you know, I think it's different in the sense there's some people like, you know, like Obama was the one who, you know, called the like team to go assassinate Osama bin Laden, and that
Sure.
wasn't voted on by Congress. That was, you know, a decision that he made. But I think most people would be like, yeah, it was the right decision. I think it's hard to know, especially with things like this, where it's like a nuclear threat. If there was any sort of nuclear war going on,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know firsthand, being the ones that we kind of started all the nuclear war stuff, that we're
Sure.
like, we don't want that. I mean, think of the Cold War. Like, we were so afraid of nuclear war that we were like trying so hard to negotiate and try not to do anything. And we were, I was just talking to,
Somebody.
I can't even remember. But I was just talking to someone about how I was like, my parents, not me, but my parents grew up with like nuclear war like drills
Sure.
at school. And now we're more worried that someone's going to come and shoot the school, which unfortunately is a more realistic threat in America.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I'm now kind of wishing I had a few nuclear trainings under my belt. Just one or two, just an idea of what to do. Somebody
nuclear
tell
trainings
me.
is so good.
Like, but I think
wish we had a few more nuclear trainings.
I think that the world scale of what would have happened if nuclear war does go off, I understand why they're trying to do preemptive strikes. But it's also kind of that thing where it's like, well, I don't want the tower to fall down on someone and hurt someone, so I'm just going to knock it down. It's like, well...
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, the reality is like, if it only will become World War III if they do make a strike against America on American soil. Because then that's when all the treaties go in. It's like, okay, well, allies of this and allies of that and allies of what. And the reality is like, if
that happens, there's only going to be so much time before the rest of the world blows up.
Well, at that point, it's like the majority of the world's superpowers are allies in it. So it's like they don't really stand a chance necessarily compared to all the other world superpowers getting together to.
I mean, there's still a couple of countries that never signed the nuclear treaty thing. Like India's got, India and Pakistan both have nukes, and they're not in it at all. Who knows? I mean, Russia is, but who knows what the hell they're going to do on any given Tuesday. It's like...
Yeah, Russia's kind of got their own thing cooking, though.
I think it's just a dangerous road when we start going down that, okay, who's allowed to have nukes and who's not?
Well,
okay,
nuke's bad.
Nuke's bad. Period.
Nuke's bad.
And
period.
but we're like, okay, we can have ours over here. We've got maybe thousands of them. And we're going to say, okay, but these countries aren't allowed to have them, so we're going to go around policing, blowing up people that are trying to make them. It's like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, that is pretty wild.
Yeah.
Nuke's bad. No nukes.
World War III. What are you gonna do if we go into World War III? I saw a creator go, I don't know what's the plan? Like, if we go into World War III, what do I go to work?
Yeah. Well,
I think World War III ends before it starts. I think we launch a nuke, they launch a nuke, everybody gets nuked at the same time, and that's it.
in San Diego, we're cooked. We're cooked.
Yeah. We're for sure cooked. Which is
I did have this moment where I was like, do I drive up to my parents' house?
Mm-hmm.
Do I abandon everything? All of my contracts with my clients do say that in active war, I don't have to give you any money back.
Well, that's fair.
I'm not
I don't
showing
think
up.
money will be the currency at that point. It'll be like
shells,
food.
I'll be so
bottle
rich.
caps. Carol will be very
so rich.
She's very shell rich.
She's shell rich for sure.
The sand dollar
Big
will be
shell money.
enacted as the real currency.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting to think of I hate to say this. I did invest in I put some money into
War crimes.
different companies that have government contracts.
Okay.
Like some steel and some energy companies. Just because I was like, hey, what is war if not a money making opportunity?
That's gonna be the pizza index for us. Is Annie's.
Annie's
hey, my stock is soaring right now.
Oh no!
Military steel is doing really well. Oh shit!
We're going to war.
Bullets. I'm big in bullets right now.
I have a lot of stock in bullets.
That's crazy. I think about that thing Jim Carrey was talking about when he was in Hawaii.
Yes.
Where he's there. It was obviously a fake. It was a false alarm, but they were like, yeah, there's missiles. There's, anti-ballistic missiles heading for Hawaii right now. It's going to blow everything up in 20 minutes. Take cover.
My friends were at church camp.
Yes.
They were leading church camp, and they all got the messages on their phones, and they had the kids go back in the cabins and take cover. And for 30 minutes, it was okay, bye.
That's it?
Texting people. And then they got another message that was I'm sorry,
False alarm.
someone accidentally sent the wrong message out.
Wow.
But
Jim
Foley
Carrey
was
said
missiles are coming,
He
which isn't
called
that
his
crazy?
assistant who I guess lived across town and was or assistant called him and was do you want me to come to you? Do you want you to come to me? And and Jim Carrey's there's literally not enough time to get to you. He's
I'm just going to sit on the beach.
He just sat in his, I think it was his car.
Yeah.
And he was, cause he got into his car panicking, thinking oh, I'm going to drive
somewhere.
And then he just sat in his car and he said it was the craziest 20 minutes of his life. He was just thinking about his whole life and
that would be so. I mean,
Would you want a warning? Like, that's an idea too. The fact that they have a warning system built in of like nuke coming, prepare.
Interesting.
I don't know, like
How much time?
Do.
There's nothing you
in
can
San Diego,
do.
you can't get out of town fast enough. There's just no way. But
Did
if
you ever
you're
do
talking
that
about a
website?
With 20-minute warning, oh my gosh, you're cooked.
You're cooked.
Do you think we'd finish the podcast?
Maybe that's what we do. We stream to the
live
internet.
Go
stream our
live.
dad.
Let's go live real quick. We have 0 viewers.
I have a friend who's dating a guy who's in the Navy band.
Okay.
And the thing about the Navy band is all the like big meetings and big wigs, they'll have like all the kind of like fancy to-dos. They'll bring the Navy band in to perform, and then they'll have the like basically meeting or whatever, you know, like state dinner kind of vibes.
I think you told us this.
And he has sat in these like basically update meetings, and he's like, no, like they're fully ready to go to war.
Yeah.
He's like, we have like everything, like 2027, they are totally thinking like we will be in what's called like a hot war, which is like active war.
As
And,
opposed
like
to a Cold
War where it's like, you know, technological.
I don't know how I'll feel about it. Like, even if we're in it, you know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, how crazy
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah. And then I was like,
Well, it's kind of one of those things that like they didn't know World War II was World War II until like after it happened. They were like, oh yeah, that was a World War II.
Oh wow, there's no like an inaugural.
Like there's a lot of events that they credit to the beginning of World War II.
Yeah.
And it's like things that happened from 1931 all the way up until 1939 when Hitler invades Poland. It's like so many things leading up to it that they classify as like, oh, that was World War II. So we won't know until like decades from now, probably.
Do you think that if we go into a world war, that I mean, obviously it depends on his actions, but do you think Trump will come out looking like a good leader or a bad?
So far, he's not doing so great just in this presidential term.
Yes,
I'm like,
true.
He's kind of fumbled the bag a few times already, and I'm not just saying that like because I don't like the guy. Like, he's already kind of messed up our interactions with the Ukraine, our talks with this whole thing where he's like, oh yeah, they're doing a ceasefire, and it's like they're not, obviously.
Not,
so it's like, I don't know.
Could go either way.
History is written by the victors, right? So we won't know until it's all done.
The most iconic line that will go down in his presidency is World War III, hard pass.
Hard
He's gonna
pass.
say that?
No, he already did.
Oh, he did.
He said that in an interview.
That's
You know,
hilarious.
World War III, hard pass.
And that's the thing is, I agree with that.
Hey, if there's one thing I know about President Trump, he and I agree on, World War III, hard pass.
Hard pass. I think that
Yeah.
would interrupt a lot of my plans.
Well, you're not in the draft anymore, so that's nice.
Thank God. Can you imagine?
Imagine you and I with rifles strapped to our back, running into enemy territory. Yeah.
Hey,
No, I couldn't.
if you're there, John, I'm good. We can do it.
I saw this whole thing where it's like, trust me, you do not want me at war. All the books I read are enemies to lovers.
True.
Do you think that there's an AV team in war?
I was gonna say,
There is.
what's
That's
your
what my
job in the
grandfather
military?
did.
I think we're the guys that like on the ship
Set up the
captain
briefings.
TV breaks, and they're like, "Oh, could you call the AV team?" And then here comes you and I, like
Unplugging
oh,
an
it's just
HDMI cord.
No problem.
They're like, thank you.
"How did you do that?"
Thank you, Corporal.
That's amazing.
they have the nuclear code, so they don't know how to fix their HDMI cord.
Yeah.
Like when we
that's
set up a
fine.
base camp, we're in charge of setting up the Wi-Fi.
Like running
you know what I'm
Cat
saying?
5, yeah.
It's like okay, and
Okay.
oh, Captain wants an Ethernet in his office. Okay, let's start rolling it out. Like you and I.
He rolls out this like overhead projector with the films. You're like, I hate to break it to you, boss. We haven't used that.
We haven't
in
used
years.
that in years.
Years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're like setting up projectors in a briefing room.
Yeah.
Like I think that's us. You know
I
what
think
I'm
that's
saying?
probably our job. I think Cara is on snack detail.
Mm-hmm.
What
do you call that?
She's on the
galley.
What are you talking
She's
about?
on the galley.
No, she's not. She is on the dance troupe.
Okay.
Performing for the troops.
Bing Crosby and Cara in the back.
He
She's like
said that
throwing it
because
back.
I'm a woman.
Dancing.
I
Oh.
never said that. I said it because you like snacks.
Food.
Okay, you know what? I changed my mind. Cara, front lines. Front lines.
You want
gunner.
her killed?
Well,
You
she
want her
wants to be
killed?
treated equally.
Yeah.
I think all the women should go to the front lines.
Yeah, I'm on like the baton twirling team or something.
We're clipping
Hey.
this.
That's
Hey,
going
the
on the
US
show.
USO
Future's
show.
female.
Come on.
Yeah,
That's me.
yeah. You.
Okay, what do you want to do? Is that what you want to do?
She's
You want to dance?
dancing.
Throw it
Dancing
back
for
for
the
the boys?
troops.
Yeah.
And girls?
Hold on. I would rival that Dancing for the Troops is more demeaning.
Way
than being on the
more.
snack room.
At least you're in front of a crowd.
A big crowd
First
comes
of all,
to the gallery.
First of all, that position
Let
doesn't
me
exist.
entertain you.
She's stripping for the troops.
Bing Crosby is like center stage. Meanwhile, Kara's back there flipping a flag around.
No, I'm. What's it called? That movie?
Go ahead.
Annie,
Christmas.
That's what I said. Bing
something.
Crosby.
Yeah. Sisters. Sisters.
I don't think that part was for the troops.
Sisters. That one.
what does Annie do? That's a good
Where am
question.
I in war?
Annie's gonna drive a tank or something.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
You know what? With my version of driving,
What I'll say-
I'd clear that place
What I'll
out.
say,
Yeah.
what I'll say is,
Single-handedly.
I think Annie will surprise us. Like it'll be like you said. It'll be like
I'm
she's
all of a
driving a
sudden.
train.
Let's
Also,
just-
she's in charge of a ship. She's like,
That's
let's
what,
go.
Like all of a sudden, I am the like president, and you're like, wait, how the hell did she get that? I'm like, I moved up the ranks fast, guys.
Quickly.
Come on.
I'm a fast talker. Let's just ask Annie to parallel park
we
next
asked
to the
for,
bunkers.
We asked for some
Take everything out.
some professional like
Wait,
courtesy. She's like,
Annie.
nope, you guys are good Navy.
What?
You and me would be above them.
How's that?
How's that?
Our education level.
Yeah, we're going in there with our degrees.
Yeah.
We're going in
You know
there
what?
as captain.
And I hope you do.
Yeah.
Enjoy. I want you to
I-
enjoy that.
Drop
We
and
get
give
more
me 20,
medals.
soldier.
Yeah. Pass. Actually, I'm just gonna friendly fire John, and then
Yeah.
He'll
we'll
friendly
be good.
fire
He'll friendly
back.
fire me
At the same
back.
time?
Yeah.
1, 2,
1, 2,
three.
3. Oh,
We're
done.
out. You can try and break your legs to avoid
The future is
avoid
scary.
it.
I was gonna
If
say,
they
would
tried
you
it.
We
shoot each
laugh
other in the
because if
leg?
not, we'd cry.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like,
Well,
if,
John,
if it really came to come like going into the war,
Yeah.
I feel like I would accept it. I feel like I would go.
Mm.
Like you
Well,
know what I'm saying? I if you
if
don't
they're,
have any way
if
around
they're really
it,
scraping the bottom of the barrel for people and
yeah,
they call
no,
you.
I know. It's it
I
is a
think-
dire situation.
The
I
last guy in
understand that.
Santita signed up.
Yeah.
He said, please.
I don't know that I'd willingly sign up, but I'm just saying, like, if it was like, you know, hey, we gotta send people. I think, by the way, I think there's plenty of people who want to sign up for that and would
Yeah.
do it.
Plenty of
Not
plucky
that guy.
18-year-olds.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah,
I'm
we're all
gonna-
too old, so.
Generally speaking, I think I'm gonna pass.
Really?
Yeah.
Hard pass?
Hard
Or
pass.
just a pass?
Yeah. I'm like, what are they gonna do? Like throw me in jail? Oh, okay. Yeah. You have
rather
bigger
be in jail?
problems than me being in jail. Like,
Why don't we just send all the prisoners?
That's even worse
Okay.
because you know what they'll do is they'll sentence
And if you survive, you get
to
to be
like
free.
life in jail, and then this will all get resolved quickly, and you'll still be in jail.
I'll be in jail.
and we'll all be like, oh, if only Ryan had just said yes.
I
like,
could probably get a pardon after that.
No.
Didn't all the Vietnam draft dodgers get a
if
pardon?
Trump sees what you've been saying on this podcast, he's not pardoning you.
Trump's never seen this. Is he?
I would love for this moment to zoom out onto a computer, like an old school TV screen, and
Yeah.
then it keeps zooming, and it's in the Oval Office, and it keeps zooming,
like,
and it's Trump,
"Launch the nuke,
Trump grabbing
Santee."
Trump grabbing his Big Mac, eating from the behind, and it keeps zooming out, and it's the White House, and it keeps zooming out, and it's everything else is on fire, and
Oh
it's
my
him. It's
God.
him in the middle of war. He's watching this, hating you.
Yeah. By the way,
I think
if-
they did
if
a
you're up for
sweeping pardon.
They're gonna look up. They're gonna look at that.
You think so?
The
if
sweeping
you're up
pardon,
for a pardon, they're gonna be like, oh, let's look up all the digital.
When was the sweeping part? It wasn't until like the 80s, huh?
but like it doesn't continue to. It's not like current draft dodgers.
Yeah.
It's
No, I'm
draft
saying the
dodgers
ones.
Then.
Yes, I'm saying if I dodge this draft
Do you think
for World
Trump's
War III,
going to pardon draft dodgers?
he be pardoning everybody,
No.
bro.
Not
Everybody.
Not only the all
Okay,
Americana
okay.
kind.
So here's my plan.
Yeah.
And if you guys see me doing this plan, you have to just let it go because
Okay.
it has to
Okay.
read well. Okay, I dodge the draft. Then I start kissing up to Trump. I'm like, I don't know, he's got a lot of good policies. Like, actually, he was a
Elon
great president
situation.
for the economy. I'll do an Elon.
and then
okay?
you start creating confusion around the dodging, being like, oh, I didn't know I was drafted.
I was doing it
It's not-
because President Trump told me to.
It's not that I didn't want to go.
He's a winner, I'm a winner.
I didn't know where to show up. You know what I'm saying? And you start doing that.
Just
like,
lie.
Yeah, of course. Well, you have to.
Good to go.
Because then I feel like if you start to be really Americana, Trump supporting, you have to create a scenario in which, why didn't you go? Oh, I didn't know.
I'm gonna John Wayne the hell out of
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
true.
I'll pick up an acting career.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'm a cowboy now.
Pick up an actor. You are an actor.
Yeah,
bro.
for sure.
Come
But
on.
maybe I'll start doing a lot of movies where I don't know. Maybe I put on like I'm like racist movies.
Yeah.
You know, like
Oh,
John
yeah.
Wayne did. I'll just do a
Well,
bunch of racist movies.
And that's just the way it goes.
Dodge the draft. Good to go.
That's great. Great plan.
I like it.
Somebody's got to take care of my cats. So that's the thing.
And you're soon
Actually,
to be.
the
That
cats
and my
the ca-
tiny dog.
and your tiny
Long-haired
dog. They're all
dachshund.
going
And
to the
my
front
long
line.
named Roomba.
Could you imagine how confused the other side would be if over the hill just runs an army of like furry little friends, and then they're like, "What the hell?" And then we come in and we get them. I say that's how we get them.
You're
I want
setting-
you to guess.
And then bam.
You're sending
I'm
the
just
dogs
saying,
first.
you drop Artie in the heart of war right there. I think he's got at least 5 kills, maybe 6.
I want you to guess how much those dogs are.
I love that.
The long
From
hair,
a breeder.
Yeah,
the long
for
hair.
sure.
Yes.
Guy.
I'm not saying he's there for a long time. I'm just saying he's
there.
creating
Long-haired
havoc.
wieners.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
specifically the little Goldie ones. Guess how much those are
the
to
dogs.
purchase
Got it.
from a breeder.
I'm gonna say. Is it
Well, we're not
ridiculous?
purchasing from a breeder. That's crazy.
It's $2,000.
First of all, I would never. Second of all, $5,000.
Correct. With a $1,200 deposit.
$5,000 for a
Deposit for
golden
what?
wiener.
Speaking of golden wieners, for
was a great
$4 a
social.
month, you can support us on Patreon. $5,000 for a golden wiener, more like $4 a month to support us. All right, down there in the Patreon link in our bio, it's gonna take you to our homepage for the post show. For $4 a month, you can help us support this show, keep the cameras rolling, keep the lights on, keep the jokes quippy. And you're going to get access to an extra episode of the podcast every single week. Yes, that's right. We're about to tune out from this, tune back in, record the post show. It's going to be awesome. You don't want to miss it. So I think enough post shows. If we sell enough Patreon supporters, we could buy that golden wiener. Long hair golden
That's
wiener.
coming. Don't worry. That is coming.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, guys. Let's rock and roll, okay? Time to get back into it. No more messing around. We love you. We appreciate you. Thanks so much for watching, listening. Episode 240. Be on the lookout for episode 241 next week. On the couch, as always, Cara Tafolla, Annie the Skovmand. I'm Ryan.
And I'm John.
My coffee's kicking in. I'll see you next week on
What the Podcast? Let's go, Padres.
Let's go. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. When was the last time you had Cracker Jacks?
Honestly, not that long ago.
Should we get some today? Oh, really?
Yeah, we should.
Look, 1,500 of them.